Hey, friends. Welcome back to Heal You Podcast. It's good to be back after a mental break of clarity. Welcome to the month of October and the month we remember the first anniversary of my babe's death. This month, we honor him by continuing to build ourselves up, learning how to shift and doing so with the confidence and pride we've earned. I'm your host, Coach Shai, and today's episode is all about rebuilding your confidence after the storm. Life will shake your foundation, but storms don't last always. What matters is how we rise, rebuild, and remind ourselves who we really are. The storm doesn't define you. When you talk about storms, we're talking about the real life hits that knock us down. The loss, heartbreak, illness, setbacks in our careers, or even just the heavy fog of uncertainty. And let's be honest, when you're in it, it feels like the storm is endless. I like to describe it as the gray that sits in between the cloud and the sunshine, like being stuck in the gray. The rain keeps coming. The winds keep blowing. And you start to believe that maybe this is just your life now. But hear me when I say this, friends. The storm is not your identity. It may shape your story, but it does not write your ending. It is a season, not your destiny. Think about it. Every season shifts. Winter turns to spring. Spring turns to summer. Summer turns to fall. And fall turns to winter. And we start all over again. And storms eventually give way to sunshine. Just like that, your storm is temporary, even if it feels like forever in the moment. Confidence can take a beating in those seasons, but it's never erased. It's simply buried. And the beauty of buried things, they can grow roots. Your ability to keep standing, even if you're shaking, even if you're crawling, is living proof that you are stronger than the storm itself. A good reminder. Once the storm passes, the silence can feel unsettling. But this is your time, friends, to ground yourself again. Grounding is that gentle process of reconnecting to what's steady when everything has felt so shaky. I love grounding. For me, grounding has been prayer. When my heart feels heavy, journaling to release emotions when it's hard to say it out loud. And sometimes the simple act of stepping into the yard barefoot and letting the earth hold me. In those moments, I like to whisper kind words to myself, with one of them being, I'm still here. I'm still present. I'm still able. I'm still strong. I am still me. And in that moment, that reminder is powerful. And for you, friends, grounding might look like sitting in silence, listening to your favorite song on repeat, or taking a walk and leaving your phone inside. It's less about the action itself and more about being present. So try it. Go ahead, step outside. Close your eyes. Yeah. Breathe deep. And let the air remind you, you survived. You're breathing. You're alive. That's the foundation of confidence right there. Knowing that in spite of everything, you, my dear, are still standing. Let's talk about confidence and small wins and how it builds big confidence. Confidence is not rebuilt in leaps and bounds. It comes back brick by brick, step by step. You might not feel like yourself right away, but every small action counts. Did you get up and shower, even when grief told you to stay in bed? That's a win. Ooh. Did you say no to something that drained you, even if you felt guilty? That's a win. Did you smile for the first time in weeks? That, my dear, is another win. Those wins might feel small to you in the moment, but together they add up to a new level of strength. Before long, you'll look back and realize you've been building something solid all along. Confidence is like a muscle. It doesn't grow because you thought about it. It grows because you used it. Each small win is a rep, and those reps will reshape the way you see yourself. And let me add this, friends. Think about it. Don't underestimate the power of tracking those wins. Write them down in a journal. Keep a note in your phone. Write it on the mirror. Or even say them out loud at the end of the day. Seeing your progress, even if it feels tiny, reminds you that you're moving forward. And when setbacks come, because they will, and sometimes when you least expect it, you'll have there a record of victories to look back on. You'll be reminded that you have the strength to overcome a lot by just being focused in the moment, celebrating the small wins, giving yourself the grace that you need during a storm, because after every storm, there is sunshine. And those reminders will fuel you when your confidence tries to waver. Take a moment. Let that sink in. Confidence, friends, doesn't happen overnight. Step by step, we're constantly building ourselves up to become someone bigger and greater. So let me take you back into my own story. At the age of 29, I was just beginning to recognize my potential. I'd already been through a lot of storms, been able to have little small wins, but I was still stuck. At that age, I stepped into a career I had no idea how I was going to navigate, didn't even know what I was doing. But guess what? I was determined to succeed. At the same time, I enrolled in college. 29. I had taken some classes here and there, but 29, I enrolled into college while working on a career, pushing through, through pushing through to earn both my bachelor's and my master's degree within 6 years, and with honors, I will add. In the midst of it all, I was diagnosed with an illness that could impact me for the rest of my life. Ooh, storms, friends. And I was also a mom, raising a daughter without a clear recipe for motherhood, just learning as I went, winging it as I go, making mistakes, and figuring it out with love. And then fast forward to last year, losing my love. A lot of storms along the way. But this one probably shifted me more than I ever expected. That grief was a storm I could have never prepared for. And I know I am not alone. Yet, friends, every storm I've endured, from uncertainty to illness to loss, has built a layer of strength I didn't realize I was stacking. Those late night tears, those moments I thought I couldn't keep going, they've all poured into the confidence I carry today. Let's be clear. I am not the same woman I was at 29. Today, at 52 years old, I stand proud in who I am, flaws and all. I don't just believe in my confidence, I own it because it's been forged in fire. And if I can walk through my storms and come out stronger, I know for certain you can. I know for certain you can. Now let me pour this into you. If you're in the middle of a storm right now, don't confuse it with your ending. You are not broken, my friend. You are not broken beyond repair. You are simply under construction. And construction zones are messy. There's dust. There's noise. Yes. There's debris everywhere. But at the end of that construction, what comes out? Something new and beautiful stands tall. And that's you. That's your life in process. You're just under construction. The foundation God placed in you is unshakable, even if the walls fall. Your core remains. So today, stand tall. Even if your knees are wobbling, speak life into yourself. Say it out loud. Say it. I am healing. I am rebuilding. I am stronger than this storm. And when you take even the smallest step forward, commit to yourself to celebrate you. Celebrate the step forward. Celebrate the accomplishment. Because confidence isn't pretending everything's perfect. It's giving yourself permission to grow. One intentional choice, step, decision at a time. Give yourself permission to do so. Friends, thank you for joining me for episode 28, Rebuilding Your Confidence After the Storm. This October, as I honor the anniversary of my babe's passing, I also honor you because your resilience matters. I honor myself because I've come a long way. I am definitely more confident than I was 1 year ago. Sitting in the belly of grief, not understanding where I would get the strength to open my eyes day after day after day, being stuck in the gray space of my storm, not knowing if I would just shift to the clouds or if the sun would even shine again. I take pride in knowing that there's more sunshine than rainy days, that the gray space becomes smaller and smaller as I become intentional about being focused on me and my journey and being confident in who I am as an individual. Learning how to shift my needs and wants and understanding that sometimes I have to say no. Sometimes I have to give myself a break. Sometimes I have to force myself out of the bed to take a shower. I am confidence building. I am your example. I am your reminder that there's a ton of sunshine on the other end of that storm. My hope today is that we share things that remind you that storms will pass, but the strength and confidence you gain will carry you forward each and every time. If this episode encouraged you, please, please, please share it with someone who needs a reminder of their own strength. And don't forget to connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube, or listen on my own podcast channel via Buzzsprout, iHeartRadio, Audible, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Next week, friends, we'll continue the journey with episode 29, Shifting Forward with Strength. Together, we'll talk about what it means to keep moving when grief, change, or uncertainty tries to hold you back. We'll explore practical ways to shift your mindset, embrace new beginnings, and step boldly into your next season. We are going into fall in some areas, right? Until then, friends, stay grounded, stay strong, and always, always, always choose to heal you. Have a great week.